Welcome, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Sam Rimmer, and I'm the Admissions Manager here at MLC. And whilst coming to our campus is the best way to get to know our wonderful college, we hope today will help you discover just what a special school MLC truly is. 2020 has certainly been full of unexpected challenges, but it's been wonderful to welcome back our students to campus for Term 4 and to start celebrating the class of 2020 as they finish their schooling journey and become all collegians. Today you'll hear from our principal, Diana Vernon. She'll introduce you to our heads of school and our student speaker, Alice, and show you a short video on our campus. I will then see you after the session, which should take about 35 to 40 minutes, to give you some more information about our admissions process. So let me show you a short promotional video and I'll hand you over to Diana. Enjoy.
Thank you, Sam. Well, good morning. As you've heard, my name is Diana Vernon. I'm Principal of MLC, and I'm delighted to welcome you to our virtual open morning today. I'm only sorry we can't all be here together, but I hope that the programme we have for you will certainly provide you with valuable insights into MLC and how we support every single one of our students and enable them really to be the citizens the world needs. I'd like to start, as I always do, by acknowledging that we meet today, or I'm standing on the traditional lands of the Wurundjeri, and pay my respects to their elders, past, present and emerging. I'd also like to acknowledge any Indigenous Australians with us this morning. So I'm standing at the moment right in the heart of the campus. This is known as our Principal's Terrace. Behind me, so in the direction that I'm now pointing, is our junior school, just on the eastern edge of the campus. Immediately to my left is our Nicholas Learning Centre, home to our Years 7 and 8 students. Over to my right is our middle school area. That's our Neville building and the Wood building, which is currently undergoing some refurbishment. Diagonally over my right shoulder is our Assembly Hall, and then just beyond that is our Centenary building, which is home to our senior school. So as I say, I hope that that gives you a little bit of a context as to where I am and how I'm located, because we will be able to provide you with a virtual tour of our college a little later this morning. But the first thing that I would like to do is actually introduce my pre-recorded self from a previous open morning. And so what we thought would be helpful for you would be to understand the slides that I would normally share, which will provide you with a greater clarity and an understanding about what we offer for all of our students and how we structure the college, or how the college is structured, to ensure that we can provide that individual small school care whilst providing all of those opportunities that come with being a large school. So let me now hand over to my pre-recorded self so that you can understand and listen to my normal presentation from an open morning. Thank you very much. Everything that we do at MLC is in support of our vision. And our vision is to provide an education that inspires young women to be the citizens the world needs. And it's appropriately open and broad because every single one of our students is an individual. Every single one of our students has different aspirations, different abilities, different needs, and we provide and hope that we provide that education that will enable each and every one of our students to find that potential in them and really find what lights them up and how they want to then contribute to the world, both at school, but of course beyond school. Now, I do want to give you an insight into the structure of the college, because like you, before I came here, I did a little bit of research. I thought, is this the school I really want to lead? And I had led a couple of schools in the UK before I came out specifically for MLC. And the reason I came to MLC is that everyone said to me, Diana, the opportunities that MLC provides are quite extraordinary. MLC is a large school and is able to provide all those opportunities, but MLC does large incredibly well. And in part, that's due to the structure of the school, of course, but of course, down to the fabulous people who help and work with me as a team to support all of your students. Now, you can see here at the structure of the school, so we have MLC Kindle, so that's from 6 weeks all the way through up until year 12. So there are 6 key topics that I want to talk about this morning, because I think by talking about these 6 areas, that will really give you some insights into what sets MLC apart and what makes MLC different. So let me start by talking about diversity and community. We are an open entry college, and that means we're not academically selective. So we welcome a whole range of students with different aptitudes, different abilities. We also provide scholarships that enable students who wouldn't normally be able to attend MLC to join us at MLC. And that, of course, adds a completely different dimension to the college and is a really important element for us. Through our boarding house, of course, we also have overseas students, as well as students from country Victoria, again, further contributing to the diversity across the college. I mentioned community. So our community is large. We have 1,800 families across the college, and we have over 32,000 old collegians worldwide. And those old collegians are still, huge numbers of them are still incredibly connected to the college, and indeed regularly return for keynote speeches and talks to inspire our students, but to inspire our students at different stages in their careers. So yes, you might have someone at the pinnacle of their career to say this is what you can achieve, but similarly, you would also have students who are returning, who are currently at university, and indeed who've just started out in the workforce. Again, to help our students with just immediate advice as to what university, in terms of courses, what they can expect, and how they can best prepare themselves. Next, I'd like to talk to you about choice and opportunity. So again, that's something that, because of our size, the amount of choice that we can offer is considerable, and whether or not that's choice in the curriculum pathways that you follow. So for example, at a senior school level, we offer the Victorian Certificate of Education. We also offer vocational education and training, which means that we do on-site have an industry standard restaurant, which is manned and run by our students in the senior school, so that's in years 11 and 12. And their course of study falls under both VCE, but also under the vocational education and training, for example. But in addition, we also provide girls with the choice of doing the International Baccalaureate. And we, of course, provide our students with the support in terms of helping them make the right choice for themselves. So throughout their middle school years in particular, we'll be supporting our students there. So opportunity. And of course, the opportunities, I've mentioned we have a diverse community. So we have a very strong learning support department. And our learning support department really provide the stretch and challenge for our more able students through what we call our Compass program. But in addition, some students need a little more additional support, and we have a number of different pathways to support those students who maybe have particular learning needs and who we can support in different ways. And many of you may have heard of our Education Outdoors programs. So we run at Banksia for our students. So we have a campus based on the Gippsland Lakes at Banksia, on the Banksia Peninsula, and we run 3 to 6 day courses, depending on your year group, for students in years 5, 6, 7, and 8. And they build their skills throughout in order to prepare then really for what I suppose might be termed our flagship. I'm never quite sure what flagship means, but our flagship program, which is an 8-week program in the Crow-Jingalong National Park at our campus we call Marshmead. And so that's on the border with New South Wales and Victoria. And that's a program that I'm sure Alice will be talking about in her speech, because the outdoor programs that we provide for our students are some of those sort of formative educational experiences that I know that we all like to then think about, and they will not define us, but they will certainly inform us as we continue throughout our lives. Excellence. Of course we focus on excellence. We want every student to be excellent in whatever way excellence is right for her. So that's to be focused on being the best that we can, each be individually. And inevitably, yes, academic results are a measure of excellence, but they are by no means the only measure of excellence when one is looking at a holistic education and everything that we can provide for our students through the co-curricular program. And so I do just want to share with you our results from last year. I know that that is something that everyone is always interested in, our results. And for us, we're incredibly proud of our results. We're incredibly proud of how our students achieve. And what we have got on here is the national averages. So that's the small sort of orange bar to the left of the charts. And that really indicates to you what you might expect an open entry school to perform, because those are the national averages. As you can see, the performance from our students way exceeds that. And we're incredibly proud of all of those students, whether or not they achieve their 99.95 ATAR, or whether or not for those students for whom academic work may not really be their thing, they actually leave school with an ATAR and a pathway through to tertiary. So that is our focus, to provide and support each and every student to reach her very best. And I would like to talk to you about well-being, because every one of us in this room knows that if we're not feeling good about ourselves, actually there's nothing that helps us achieve at our best. And so we are really focused on providing the supports, the structures that help all of our students achieve their very best. Our framework is the Prosper framework, and I will share a slide on that with you in a moment. But as I say, well-being is all about the students, but it is also about the staff and the way our staff also support our students. And friendships. A lot of people have said to me in the past, "Oh, but Diana, will my daughter get lost? It's quite a large school." Quite the reverse. Yes, it's a large school, but there will be friends, whether or not you want to join the library committee, or you want to enjoy a symphonic or flock art band, or whether or not you want to play netball. You will find your friendship groups in any of those areas, or indeed all of those areas. There are some students who are multi-talented and are able to balance their lives and be very busy and keep on top of their work. And so all of our students will find their friendship groups in a whole variety of different places. But let me share with you our Prosper slide. So you can see the acronym for Prosper on the left-hand side, focusing on positivity, on relationships, helping our students identify their strengths, providing and ensuring that they have purpose and that we can then engage them. And yes, of course, resilience. I'd love to think that all of my students can fly through life seamlessly without facing any disappointment or challenge. But we all in this room know that that's unrealistic. And so in part of our role and our job is to help our students build that resilience and understand to whom they can turn in order to support them at more challenging times in their lives, but also to build their inner resilience and know the structures of support that they have around them. But more generally, on the right-hand side of the slide, and you can see that split up into the 4 different schools, the pink at the bottom are the programs that we run. The blue are all the staff, the tiers of staff who are there to support our students. And I think probably most importantly, on a daily basis, our students in the junior school are supported by their classroom teachers. But you can see on the slide here that the classroom teachers are then supported by coordinators, the deputy head, and the head of junior school. In the junior secondary and middle school, our students are supported on a daily basis by their home group teachers, who are then in turn supported by the coordinators, the deputy heads, and the heads of school. And in the senior school, we have a slightly different model, recognizing that our students were preparing sort of post-year 10 students to be ready for university. And so they have tutors, and the tutor system enables a more coaching style well-being model to be introduced for our students so that they begin to understand what it means to have an individual coach and set their own goals and their own priorities. But again, the tutors are supported by coordinators, the deputy head and the head. So our well-being model and our structures and what we deliver are incredibly important in ensuring that we can support our students in their pursuit of excellence in whatever way or shape that is for them. Thank you. So I hope that my presentation has provided you with a little more detail about how MLC really provides for each of our students, the opportunities that we can provide, the choice that we provide, and of course the well-being structures that ensure our students are cared for as individuals. It now gives me great pleasure to introduce to you 4 really key members of staff. These are our 4 heads of schools. So Louise Payton, head of junior school, Kathy Ireland, head of our junior secondary school, Melissa Lange, head of our middle school, and Jen Bailey-Smith, head of our senior school. Each of the heads of schools will introduce themselves and then provide you with a brief overview of their school. And this in turn will, I hope, provide you with a clear understanding of the progression and the way an individual student will journey through the college from joining us at whatever stage and then progressing through to the next school. So let me now start by handing over to Louise Payton, head of junior school. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Louise Payton, and I have the pleasure of being the head of junior school at MLC. This morning, I'd like to take the opportunity to share some information about our Kindle and junior school programs and philosophy. The Kindle program caters for children from 6 weeks through to 4 to 5 years before they head off to junior school or primary school. It is a co-ed program and it is based on the Reggio Emilia philosophy. We have dynamic, creative and passionate educators working in our program who genuinely care for our children and their well-being. In the same building as the Kindle program is our P2 facility, and this is purpose-built for our younger school children. There is plenty of open space. There's a lot of encouragement for play and creativity. Each of our children in prep through to year 2 has their own iPad, and clearly they've been making very good use of that in recent weeks. Their specialist programs include library, PE, art, music, Japanese, and religious education. And the RE program is delivered by one of our 2 chaplains at MLC, Waterhouse. Moving across Locks Avenue into the 3 to 6 building, a similar program offering as far as our specialist programs, with the exception that as students move into years 5 and 6, they adopt French instead of Japanese. We introduce the Education Outdoors program from year 3. All our students in years 3 to 6 have their own laptop. Traditionally, the students in years 3 and 4 leave their laptop at school, make use of it during the day, but not for homework purposes. After COVID, we're not quite sure what our arrangements will be, but certainly the years 5 and 6 students use their laptop computer both at school and for homework purposes. We have a strong focus on the arts at MLC. So students in junior school have the opportunity to participate in various ensembles. There's a year 6 music production each year, which is optional for the students as part of our extracurricular program. Students are encouraged to be developing compositions and creating art pieces, etc. And there are co-curricular programs in speech and drama. I would love to meet you and to show you around our school and obviously to welcome your daughters into MLC Junior School. Very much for your time.
Hello, my name is Kathy Ireland. I'm the head of the Junior Secondary School at MLC. The Junior Secondary School encompasses Year 7 and 8. Year 7 is the main intake year into the MLC Secondary School. We welcome students from over 80 primary schools from across Melbourne. We understand that the move to secondary school can seem daunting for some students, so we have developed comprehensive transition programs that are designed to support all on this exciting journey. In the junior secondary school, we encourage the students to embrace all that is on offer at MLC through participation in the many curricular and co-curricular opportunities. This is not only a great way to meet new people, but it's how our students continue to grow and flourish in our community. We currently have 11 classes in Year 7 and 10 at Year 8, with class sizes of 25 and below. Our junior secondary school students are incredibly well supported by their home group teachers, subject teachers, year level coordinators, learning support programs, compass programs, student support services, chaplaincies, supported by my deputy head, Penny Church, and of course supported by myself. MLC's philosophy of excellence, opportunity and wellbeing are always at the forefront of all we do. We are very lucky to be based in the new Nicholas Learning Centre, which has been purpose-built to specifically meet the needs of junior secondary school students. There is a focus on the use of flexible spaces to enhance learning and promote curiosity, creativity and collaboration. Education outdoors is a pivotal compulsory part of the JSS curriculum. The Year 7 and 8 programs are both based at our on the Banksia Peninsula on the Gippsland Lakes near Paynesville. The Banksia experience includes a strong focus on the development of relationships, environmental understanding, Indigenous education and outdoor skills. These programs are really a highlight of the junior secondary school and are a great preparation for the Year 9 Marshmead experience. We are currently conducting our enrolment interviews for Year 7 2022 entry. I look forward to meeting you and seeing you sometime in the near future at the college. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Melissa Lange and I'm the head of middle school at MLC. Middle school is characterised by challenge and choice for our students, giving them ownership of their studies and opportunities to develop real-world skills. In Year 9, our students have the opportunity to experience MLC Marshmead, our campus located in the Croajingolong National Park in Far East Gippsland. In this 8-week residential program, the focus is on students developing the skills, the knowledge and attitude to live sustainably. The emphasis on the pillars of personal, community and environmental sustainability, alongside the support and encouragement of our Marshmead staff, allows students to develop their independence. It's often a life-changing experience. They develop great knowledge of themselves and, of course, knowledge through living with peers, up to 8 students in a house. We are proudly completely off-grid, managing our own power and water as a campus, and students flourish in the farm environment, including some time with animals, cows and alpacas, to name a few. Their academic program embodies our learning values of curiosity, creativity and critical thinking. And alongside core subjects, students complete interdisciplinary units. As students move into Year 10, we are working to provide them with the choices and challenges to try a vast array of electives, so that they can make informed choices about their senior pathways in VCE, VCE Vet or IB. This is coupled with interviews with their careers advisors and, of course, work experience and an extensive careers program. Students at Year 10 also have the option of extending their studies through a Unit 1-2 VCE subject. The focus on community sustainability continues in Year 10 with a contribution to community program, and all our middle school students are supported by a vast array of clubs, committees and an extensive leadership program. By making wellbeing a very open and authentic conversation throughout the school, we remove stigmas around asking for or needing help Students are simply given the time and space to say what they need and want with their home group teacher and coordinator, whose sole purpose is to help them facilitate a way to achieve their goals. Each student belongs to their own home group for 2 years throughout their middle school journey. We have a number of students who join us at middle school, often from interstate, rural areas and overseas, and we relish in the different perspectives that can enhance our school. We look forward to welcoming you and thank you for your time today.
Good morning. My name is Jennifer Valley-Smith and I have the privilege of being the head of senior school at MLC and of overseeing the programs offered to our students in years 11 and 12. I'm speaking to you this morning from our beautiful Year 12 reading room, a calm and quiet study space for our most senior seniors. At MLC, we believe that senior school is the culmination of your daughter's MLC journey and the stepping stone to her becoming a world-ready woman. We are absolutely committed to providing the opportunity for each student to choose a path that best suits her interests, aptitudes, and dreams for the future. As such, we're delighted to offer a broad range of academic programs, including VCE, VCE Vocational Education and Training, as well as the International Baccalaureate. We all know that the future is by no means clear in terms of the world of work and possible careers that await our students. What we do know is that students who will thrive in a world of uncertainty are those that are equipped with the skills to manage it: creative and critical thinking, problem solving, and independence. We foster these skills not only in the classroom, but in a plethora of co-curricular and clubs and house activities, because we know that a rich, diverse experience will foster the best development of character. Importantly, we also provide girls with a huge number of leadership opportunities. Girls are invited at every stage to take the initiative to become the citizens that the world needs and creators of the world that they want to live in. We understand, though, that none of this learning can take place without girls feeling comfortable, and the students' well-being is at the centre of all that we do. Pastoral care in the senior school is provided by tutors and house coordinators who remain with the students for their 2-year journey and who coach the students individually to help them make their own decisions about how to achieve their goals and to become the best versions of themselves. The senior school at MLC is a place where girls are encouraged to be true and diverse individuals, and in doing so, to find their purpose that will enable them to make a difference. Thank you for coming.
Thank you to Louise, Kathy, Melissa and Jen. And to our viewers, I do hope that that opportunity to hear from each of our heads of schools has provided you with greater insights into the opportunities that we can provide for each of our students at the various different stages as they progress through the 4 different schools at MLC. Now it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you and to share with you a virtual tour of the campus. And so I hope that you'll be able to envision the context and the discussion that each of the heads of schools shared with you whilst you actually tour their areas of the school. So now please enjoy our virtual tour. I do hope you've enjoyed touring the campus and seeing the campus alive with students. It now gives me great pleasure to almost conclude our final presentation of the morning before I hand back to Sam, will be to introduce one of our senior school students, Alice Caldwell, who will share with you her experience of being at MLC. She joined, as you will hear, in year 5 and has now carried all the way through. She's actually now in year 12, but this was filmed when she was in year 11, right at the end of 2019. So I do hope that you enjoy Alice's presentation. Thank you for joining us. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name's Alice Caldwell, and I'm a current Year 11 student here at MLC. I'm doing the International Baccalaureate program, which is one of 2 senior pathways available to Year 11 and Year 12 students. I came to MLC in Year 5, being one of 50 new students at the time. This was some small consolation for 10-year-old me, who was very nervous about starting at such a big, intimidating school. That being said, I can gladly say that I immediately felt completely at home here and would now struggle to imagine myself anywhere else. As I've progressed through the year levels, it's safe to say that I've tried just about everything that there is on offer, which is no mean feat when you consider just how many extracurriculars there are on offer here. I've had the opportunity to take part in various sporting, house and musical activities such as rowing, AFL, choir, piano lessons, public speaking competitions and many, many more. The activities that I've enjoyed the most have been things such as Model United Nations, inter-school debating, school philosothons and having the opportunity to establish a politics club called the Amphitheatre, which I run with 2 of my close friends. My participation in these activities has allowed me to explore in a safe and encouraging environment all of my many passions and, slowly but surely, identify and refine exactly what my true path is. Probably the most valuable experience that MLC has offered me was Marshmead in Year 9. Marshmead was a few years ago now for me, but to this day, I still look upon my time there with great fondness and nostalgia. I'm not exaggerating when I say that Marshmead has completely shaped who I am entirely for the better. It taught me practical skills and knowledge, but also made me far more aware of the world around me and instilled me with a sense of custodianship and responsibility for my community, my loved ones, and the world at large. Additionally, in Year 10, I had the opportunity to partake in a cultural exchange to France for 6 weeks, which I very enthusiastically took up. I lived and went to school in Lyon and bumbled my way through the French language until they finally understood me, which took some time at times. This was yet another formative experience that I'll treasure forever and has undoubtedly shaped me into who I am today. Many of you will be aware that the final 2 years of high school can be a very stressful and tolling time for students. The benefit of being at MLC is that students and staff alike have fostered an incredible culture and ethos wherein, as a student, I feel encouraged to be ambitious and strive for greatness while simultaneously always feeling comfortable and safe. The International Baccalaureate, as I mentioned earlier, is a senior pathway available to MLC students. I chose the IB because I wanted to challenge myself and surround myself with a cohort of hardworking students. Additionally, it is internationally recognised and a respected diploma, which held some appeal to me. Within the IB, I'm studying literature, mathematics, French, physics, history, and visual arts. My experience thus far has been entirely positive, and I absolutely adore my cohort and my teachers, which is something I feel incredibly lucky to be able to say. I hope that I've been able to give you a brief yet valuable insight into what life is like as an MLC student. I am so beyond grateful to have had the opportunity to come to this school. I know I'm still young and that there will be challenges that I'll have to face all throughout my life, but I feel like MLC has prepared me well for these challenges. I've had the space to really figure out who I am and live in a way that is aligned with that. Thank you for listening.
Hello again. I hope this presentation has given you a good overview of our college, even if it is a little condensed. Of course, there are so many more reasons to love about MLC, so this afternoon we'll be sending you a virtual show bag via email with some more information. If you'd like to make an application to the college, please go to the Apply Now page on our website. Our main intake years are Years Prep 5 and 7, but we are happy to accept applications for all other years. We are currently taking enrolments and processing for year 2021, all year levels, and the main intake years for 2022 and 2023. And of course, our admissions team are also happy to help. So if you have any questions, please contact them via either email or phone. But we also have some frequently asked questions on our website that are quite useful. Our 2022 scholarships have just opened. And so if you head to our scholarships page on our website, you'll find a variety of scholarships that are available, how to do the application process, and also the eligibility requirements. So we'd love to have you back on campus for 2021 when it's safe to do so and following government guidelines. So we will let you know when that's going to be possible, but please keep an eye on our Visit Us webpage for that information. And now it's come to an end. So I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you very much for joining us again.